Hey there, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Christy and I'm from Northern Alberta, Canada, growing zone 2B. I have a flower farm where I supply two local florists, and I also produce the majority of my own food for my family of 3 here and in the north. So on this channel, I kind of share a little bit of everything and just keep you up to date on what's going on here and what's happening. So today, I'm going to share a little bit of the updates. I actually just got back from a trip to Edmonton to pick up my Van Noort order from the shipping company. It was really great to get that here so I can start planting. Even though we have a lot of snow and a lot of cool days still in the forecast, I'm still going to be planting those bare roots. I did also get my greenhouse planted, so I hope you enjoyed today's video and we'll see you back here in a bit. So overall, I'm really happy with my order. I am really pleased with the way they look right now. We still have a ton of snow. So I'm going to just plunk these in here for right now. Some of these are going to be forced in crates, and some of them will be going into the ground as soon as I can get out there. And some of them will be going in the greenhouse in pots, because I would like to grow some of them on. And then a very big majority of these I am going to source out. There is a lot of snow here, like a lot. It's just snowy. Snow, snow. Everywhere is snow. And ice and slippery and slushy and mud. So I'll give you a little bit of an update of what I got in as an unboxing here. I didn't have the paperwork out with me while I was unloading the vehicle, so I will kind of go through my list and share with you what I've ordered. So for calla lilies, I ordered 4 different varieties. Some of them I had grown last year and some are new to me. So we have Calla Airbrush, Calla Odessa, or Odessa, I think it's Odessa, Calla Red Alert, and Calla Snowstorm. And Snowstorm I had grown last year as well. And I think Odessa I had grown, it was in a mix. It was a tuxedo mix, I think is what it was called. And then I also got Florel Dahlias because I had some disease show up in my dahlias last year and I destroyed all of my tubers. So this year I did bring in a new case of dahlias. And so I'm keeping some and selling the rest. I also ordered in some more ranunculus. Now the ranunculus, oh, I love this stuff. It is new this spring, I think, to Van Noort. I don't recall them having it last October when I originally put in this order. But the ranunculus I got is Renette. I think that's how it says, Renette orange, and Renette red. So they're very, very pretty. I'm gonna start those probably after supper tonight, if that ever happens. Okay, so then I have irises. Now I only ordered 1 variety of iris, and I do know that this is a very good cutting variety of iris. And so the variety is called Butter and Sugar, and I just love the soft, creamy colors. I think it'll look really good and go with the style of my one florist that I do a lot of work with a lot. So I am looking forward to having that in the lineup this year. I also ordered a lot of Liatris, and I'm going to be selling some of those, but I got the fluorescent white Liatris, and I grew these last year. The florists prefer white over the purple ones, and they do really good for dried as well. For lilies, I have 3 of them in the Kiss variety. The first one is Elodie, I think it's called Kiss. The second one variety is Kiss Fata Morgana and Kiss Kiss Red Twin. In the tiny varieties, I got 2 varieties of lilies that are in the tiny variety, the tiny collection. And those 2 are Tiny W and Tiny Moon. So those are gonna be really fun to have as well. I also stocked up on double lilies and I'm super excited about this. I have 6 varieties. Yeah, 6 varieties of rose lilies, and they're the ones that kind of look like they're stacked up on top of each other. They're so pretty. My florists lost their mind over these last year, so I brought in a lot. And they are perennial here, so as are all the lilies, so I'm pretty excited for that. The first variety is called, I'm gonna say this so wrong, Anuska? That's the first one. Then I have Rose Lily Ursa, or Esra, sorry. Rose Lily Esra, Rose Lily Noah, Rose Lily Samantha, Rose Lily Sita. Now there's quite a few of the Sitas. I ordered quite a few of the Sitas. I also got perennial phlox. I got orchid green phlox and orchid yellow. The 2 of them together, they just look so stunning in landscapes as well. I think they will be beautiful additions and something different than the hydrangeas. And I'm hoping they're going to bloom at a different time than the hydrangeas, so I have that good structure, woody stem kind of structure look to offer for my florists in the future. And then of course I have sedum. I've been trying to add sedum every year, and this year I'm doing Matrona sedum, and it's really pretty. I won't probably be able to harvest anything off of it this year, but next year it should have a beautiful show. And that's it for what I ordered, I believe. Yeah, that's it. So that was the unboxing. Well, I'll take you out and I'll show you what's going on in the greenhouse. Over here, I tried to force some pansies into believing they were fall planted, and they have been blooming. They're starting to put on a little bit of growth, but they were hit with a really bad blast of cold, so they're not doing the greatest. I did notice that the fall planted lilies that I had growing in crates last year, I plunked them in here. I don't know what variety it is. It's gonna be a surprise, but they're starting to break dormancy, and I have this planted with that. Over here, I had a whole bunch of flowering kale that was planted, but we had this vent blowing in air, and they froze. Like, it was 30 below, and they froze even with cover. But over here, these ones didn't do that bad. Also, there's a hole over here that was drafty, so I lost a bunch of crop right here, which is fine. It'll be fine. So, but this stuff is doing okay. It's starting to put on some growth. I'd imagine I'll be harvesting this not too long once it gets going. These are lilies as well. Don't mind the guineas. They're being really, really silly. So over here we have, it's called honeywort. It's kind of, I'm trying it this year to see if I can use it in place of eucalyptus. Over there we have bunny tails, and then this is snapdragons. And in here, this is a new bed I made. This is also snapdragons. I think it's a Costa mix of snapdragons. This bed is empty for, I think I'm putting kale in here, flowering kale. And then in this middle bed, these guys are sad, but we have status. And then I have some odds and ends of Lysianthus, or that's status, sorry, Lysianthus. And this is bachelor buttons over here. So just kind of got that going on. And then I have more snapdragons, and I think we have Dara and Queen Anne's lace, as well as Rudbeckia in this bed. So They were planted really early as a fake out for a fall planting. So they're doing okay. The status that I planted last year, it's perennialized here. I didn't think it would because I dug it out when it was 20 below and I plunked it in here last year and it's coming back. This is from last year. These are transplants from this year. And this whole thing, you can see where the stems are sticking up. That was actually yarrow from last year. That's perennializing, which is awesome because it should bloom and bloom and bloom for me. This is all yarrow as well. And then I also have some, I think we got Amy here, and then back there is Nigella. So this will be really nice filler. It's doing really well in here as well. And yeah, Nigella. Dandelion right here. We'll just pop that right on out. Hopefully. I need to get the trowel and get that out of there. So then over here we have Lisianthus. I forgot what varieties are which. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Look at these guys. They're doing so good. 6 beds of Lisianthus on this side. And then I have over here Bells of Ireland. These guys. I have a video about starting Bells of Ireland for, like in the house. It works really, really good. This is actually Sweet Annie. And then more Lisianthus. This is the white variety over here. And then here we have Amy. I think this is Queen Anne's Lace, actually. Dara. And then Stock. And then this is Verbena. Hopefully you can hear me over the fan. That's all stock. This is all stock. And this, so I have a ton of stock planted in here, like 1,000 or more. And then I have more yarrow here. And then, yeah, I have like the forever or favorite berries yarrow and summer pastels yarrow planted here. And then, of course, I actually just put some Crispidia in here. Sunflower, sunballs is what I call them. My florist calls them Billy balls, I think. And so they're not doing the greatest, but, and then these guys, they died back and they're starting to come up. This is ranunculus, and they're doing okay. That's all ranunculus over there as well. This is all ranunculus. Those I have to transplant. I had some issues with my eucalyptus and I still have to find beds for those. I gotta make some outside. So for the trays, I'm not gonna show you what's in the trays, but this is all ranunculus. Now, remember when I said in a video, when I had faked out a fall planting for ranunculus, and then I transplanted some that had some growth on them, and I said these ones that I planted in January are going to do better than the ones that I transplanted. I was right, because they all died back and they look really crappy, and these guys are coming up on their own. They basically perennialized inside of my tunnel, like in my greenhouse, and look at how good they look compared to the ones I transplanted that looked way better. So I think this is definitely the way to go for me in the future. Not saying that there's anything wrong with transplanting when they have lots of growth. They need to break dormancy and think that they have been fall planted. That seems to be working the best for me, and I will definitely be doing that outside. So I'm gonna get on that right away. Over here I have, there's like anemone. So these were also planted and broke dormancy. They were rooted in January and put in here. And now they broke dormancy kind of on their own, and they're just going for it. So they're loving life in here. Over here I have Tweedia, which never grown this before, but my florist requested a few plants. This is Godacia or Clarkia. And then this is all carnations right here. This variety is sweet red dianthus carnation, or not carnation, dianthus, sorry. This one is Chevaude La France, as well as double Chevaude Picardy and Marie Chevaude. Chevaude Jean something. I can't read my marker. I can't read my own writing, you guys. And then cherry caramel phlox over here. The phlox was blooming and I pinched it. And then I have some cloud grass, it's called. Look at, it's already starting to put on little sparkles, I like to call it. I'll come through and I'll clean these up. And then I have some, I can't remember the name of this grass. Green drops grass over here. Sunflowers. And what else we got? Oh, a euphorbia. This is a mountain top, I think. Mountain top. And then scabiosa. I didn't have very many scabiosa survive. They're not doing great. I don't know what's going on with them. So I did fertilize them, so I'm hoping they bounce back. I did have some exciting things to show you on that side, but I have my fall planted. I planted this in October. This is garlic, and then this is the fall planted garlic that I put in here, and then I plugged in some annuals. So this is annual baby's breath and annual like bachelor buttons. I plugged in there just as filler. It's like I needed space for early filler flowers for Mother's Day bouquets. And if you remember, I planted some sweet peas in these hanging baskets. They're doing pretty good. Probably not as good as if it was cooler, because it's pretty warm. They like the cool temps, but they're doing all right. I didn't have the greatest germination on here, but it's doing its thing. It's slowly but surely. I gotta weed this one. It's got weeds in it. I do have these guys planted with tulips. These tulips right here, I think, are the Red Dress series. And then I have just a bunch of odds and ends in there. So there's like Queen of Night and Angel Wish and Salmon and kind of thing. I also have another crate of them, random things. But this is really exciting today. I discovered while I was kind of going through and checking stuff, my daffodils are coming up. So I found a few places where the daffs are starting to poke through. So this whole row is all daffodils. So I'm really excited for that. So that's my tour of my greenhouse. So far so good. I'm pretty happy with the progress, and I will try so hard to keep you guys more updated on what's growing and how it's doing for me here. So, well, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed today's video, our little vlog video, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now. Okay, I've been asked this about 1,000 times. So this is a lily, and when you break this top part off of a lily, when you're planting them, when they're starting to sprout, this will not grow, it won't bloom. So a lot of people, they think that they have bad buds or bulbs when they put them in the ground in the spring and they don't produce, and it's usually because this has been damaged. So when you're planting these, you always want to be really careful not to damage this top part if it's pre-sprouting. Lilies don't ever actually go dormant, so you want to plant these as soon as you can get them into the ground. They like the cool weather. So anyway, I hope that helps. April 10th today, and we still have a substantial amount of snow. Back here it's actually pretty good, but the front yard is pretty thick still, pretty deep. But I think it's gonna go down the next couple of days, which will be really awesome. So chickens are enjoying scratching and stuff behind the greenhouse. I'm actually gonna be planting back here, so I'm glad they're kind of working it out and spreading it nicely. I'm gonna do probably some perennials back here. And it's all melted because this vents so much during the day that it's all looking pretty good. So I think I'll be able to plant. It's actually fairly dry. Like, I don't sink in muck, so yeah, should be good. I'm gonna plant in here for sure. Sounds like a plan.